Alright everybody, welcome back to another video.
So we've just got season 2. You obviously know I'm not too optimistic about this one map. We get a bunch of new equipment, new hardware, including several weapons, a bike. Yeah, that's not enough, guys. Like I've said, this whole season you're basically getting one map and a bunch of bullshit no one really cares about. So I wonder, before we head into the update, I kind of wanted to touch on this one sort of headline from the developers. This is by Battlefield Bulletin, so you can go and check out their page. Battlefield Studios says they're aware of the community feedback and the lack of maps. Although neither Phil or Kit Eckloff confirmed whether subsequent seasons would have 2 or 3 maps as standard, they did note that each season would feature hardware, vehicles, guns, and gameplay additions. All of that is just fluff talk. The real content that needs to come into the game are the maps. And currently, the maps in this game are pathetic. I've said this before, the launch maps are tiny as shit, okay? And the rest of the content coming into the game is a joke, guys. I mean, they keep pulling the same substitutional tactic bullshit. You're basically getting one map for the next 3 months. Okay, I've broken this down before. Hagental base is literally the interior spaces of Contaminated. And some idiot retard decided, okay, let's lock you into this underground environment, switch off the lights, and hand you a bunch of NVGs. I don't know which flipping idiot keeps gaslighting this development team into making these stupid maps, guys. I want to just jump in. Let's just try something easy at the moment on my PC, because currently I need to get some RAM, guys. So I do apologize for the coming gameplay, which might be a bit laggy. I am working to fix that. I apologize. Let's have a look at the loadouts. Oh, hold on. I need to check the classes because nothing has changed. Yeah, again, just some really crazy gas-themed customizations, guys. Hell was that? No idea what that's new. Again, it seems like a fashion show. We're actually tired of this, guys. And all the females seem to be getting the coolest shit. Let me have a look at this. Hold up. I did speak about this before. These skull masks I posted about before. No idea what they're thinking, guys. I mean, how are you supposed to get a gas mask on top of another mask? Crazy. Apparently I can't customize this. Oh, shit. So it doesn't seem that every class has a skin. Again, I didn't really take too much interest in looking at every single customization. I only briefly looked at what was on offer during the season. And all of the male operators have been fucking sidelined. Apart from this one guy. Yeah, guys, that looks pretty decent. But it's got some weird blue elements to it. Like I said, guys, this season is just not going to save this game. There is not enough on offer, guys. Not enough on offer. No way near what should be in this season. So it doesn't seem like every single class has a skin to it. And again, I've said this before, they should have given us full access to customization like they did in BF5. That would have made way more sense, especially for this modern theme that we have in this game. We've just got some crazy customization in this game, guys. A lot of people have been complaining that it's clearly not too military themed. You can get away with it with packs, but in terms of NATO, you need to have grounded military skins. It does appear that you can choose other characters for the class you want, but it feels more like a specialist system that they've introduced into the game. Yeah, skull masks. I'm not sure how that's going to work with the gas masks, because you're technically just wearing 2 masks at that point, and it just looks silly. That actually looks pretty dope. But again, I need the option to choose my gender, at least. And again, you need more male operators, man, for NATO at the moment. It's just bullshit. This should not be happening. I know there's a lot of conversation going on about the YouTubers practically shilling for the game. I know a few of them have started coming out. Again, there's a growing sentiment that this game isn't offering enough. People are starting to get pissed off with it. Yeah, this is the map we're talking about. circular dust bowl sort of map. You've got 3 lanes in the middle. It's the same generic formula they keep using for most of their maps. I'm expecting this to play like Liberation Peak. So this is how the map actually plays. You go left, you go middle, you go right. I'm assuming if you go left, you get the high ground. I'm not sure what this team is doing. They just seem to be idiots. Sorry for the slow motion gameplay at the moment, guys. My RAM needs to get changed. So far, the map actually looks really visually pleasing, really good in terms of visuals. Is there enough on this map to sustain engagement for the next 3 months? I don't think so. Like I said before, guys, you're basically getting one map for the next 3 months, because I have a suspicion that Operation Auger is actually just grand operations on this map, or at least a section of this map. So technically you are just getting one map. I mean, RPGs in this is just OP, man. You can see me just jittering like the whole flipping way. I'm trying to get the Littlebird. Let's see if I can get it. No, people just spam this one vehicle. And this is the thing with this vehicle. It's specific to this map. And I think they are trying to actually get it into other maps, but that's just not good enough, guys. I mean, you got one map with this one vehicle for the next 3 months. In terms of the map itself, you can see the site plan. This map is based off a mountainous scenery in Germany with multiple jet hangars, and there's no jets on this map. There's no jets on this map, and there's not even a runway. There's not even a runway or an airstrip on this map for these jets to even get into these holes. Again, it's a visually nice map to look at. It's falling into a lot of the same traps as you sort of see in these modern progressive first-person shooter maps. Even in COD, I mean, you'll see the same sort of design language. Multiple different spaces, like the interior we just went through had way too many corridors, hallways and shit like that. Yeah, this map is sort of just a mosh pit of different areas. Again, they do really need to buff some of the equipment. The mortar really needs to be buffed. I know that was an issue. Yeah, that was really an issue, because the mortar in this game was just so weak. But again, much of the equipment in this game is terrible. Again, base spawn is absolutely cluttered. Absolutely cluttered. Oh my goodness, guys. Again, there's no runway to get these jets into these hangars. There's no logic or like utility behind these maps. It's just stupidity. Most of these YouTubers don't even realize what they're playing because they don't really understand. Yeah, again, most of these YouTubers don't understand what they... No one's even said anything about the design language of this map because they don't care, guys. They're just flipping idiot retards. Again, most of them are just verbatim repeating some of my talking points, actually. Get the flip out of my tank. Again, not the most exciting gameplay, guys, but it is what it is. Yeah, the Littlebird was my thing back in BF3 and BF4. Jesus! Yeah, I really do have to try this on Breakthrough because I don't know if the map layout would be different. It's exactly as I said this map would be. I mean, absolute clusterfuck with tons of assets. None of it really makes any sense. That dude went cartwheeling, man. Yeah, the RPGs in this game is just terrible. Absolutely, tanks are just way too weak. You're dying in like 3 shots. Not sure what the hell this is. It's refreshing that there's no kill boundaries, though. I haven't bumped into any of those yet. Again, I do apologize for the lag, guys. I'm working. I would really like if they put some decent assault rifles in the game. This is the closest weapon I can get to the M4 in this game. I mean, you know, from a visual standpoint and in terms of how the weapon feels as well. This is more obviously slow rate fire, but I really don't care about the new weapons at all, guys. Yeah, the VCR2. Again, it does seem that they've reintroduced some new bugs. Or introduced some new bugs, should I say. Get the fuck down. Again, it is really difficult, guys, to play with that lag. Again, hit me up with the like, share, and subscribe, please, guys. That would really help a lot. And let me know how you're finding these more casual sort of commentaries. It's really difficult to get people to play class roles in this game. Like, no one wants to help revive, no one wants to support you in the tank. And that's because this game, I've said before, sort of caters to that individual playstyle. Like, there's no teamwork in this game. It's very individual focused, it's less team orientated, there's less team-based vehicles. I mean, this game is a joke. Again, I mean, it's almost as if the environment is sort of dictating the path that you go on. Like, you've got rocks everywhere, trees, vegetation, all guiding you into this 3-lane, one direction.
Yeah. Oh shit, I finally got the Littlebird, guys. I finally got the Littlebird. Get the fuck out of here. You ain't catching me, boy. You ain't catching me, sucker.
I'm gonna give it another game, guys, because that was absolutely terrible. Again, they haven't really seemed to have addressed the customization gender issue in this game. They just seem to be ignoring it. Get me the fuck out. I do have a more cohesive sort of video coming up where I'm making sense of all of this, but this is just more of a casual playthrough of my first go on the map itself, just to sort of understand what they're doing, guys. Yeah, this is what I was kind of talking about. The map flow is completely different on Breakthrough. So you're playing on a sort of a section of the map, and it's sort of going in that sort of weird shape, guys. It would be nice if I can get a med pack, mate. Please. Yep. That's why it's important to have a high set of ram sticks, guys. Very sniper friendly map this is. Again, lots of elevation, so players can get, usually it seems as though if you stick to the left side of the map, you usually get that ground in elevation, higher sight lines. It's very similar to Liberation Peak. Very similar. Yeah, this just feels slightly bigger than Liberation Peak, guys. There's no way I didn't hit shit, and they all just spawned in front of my face. This game seems to be going heavily for a Bad Company 2 style map design. If you've ever played that game, maps were very linear, especially when you played Rush. Very linear. There is no way my aim is that bad. Oh my god. Pick me up. Yeah, so very similar to Bad Company 2. I think that's what they were going for in terms of map style in this game. And I think it literally stabs them in the neck, because this game, as I've said many times before, needs massive open large scale environments. How many times do we have to say it? Like, if you go back to Fort Linden, that sense of fresh air is amazing. Get the fuck down. I'm gonna get jumped. I can feel the flank coming. It's crazy how loud the footsteps in this game are. Yeah, I just joined, so my KD ain't great, so relax. Yeah, there is some fun to be had on this map, guys. I mean, there is some decent amount of space. The change of scenery is refreshing. It seems to play well in Breakthrough. Yeah, it seems to play very well in Breakthrough, but fuck, it seems not to play so well in Conquest. I mean, obviously they needed something for that Littlebird, but yeah, that huge Dust Bowl sort of bullshit they got going on, I don't like that. It's just a circular map on Conquest. There's not really much going on. And again, you've got so much more space on the map, it seems. But let me know how you guys are finding this map. Is it your cup of tea? That is not the skin you want to have on this map, guys. Okay, that is terrible. Yeah, it does seem like they've introduced some new bugs, unfortunately, because I cannot see my characters. Let me know how you guys feel about the change in sentiment with these bigger channels. I know that these people are shills. I wouldn't trust them to save my life. That's what they do. They shill for the game. That's what they've been doing for the last 10 years. And they will not be critical about the game's development team. Yeah, it is absolutely pathetic, guys. But yeah, I kind of wanted to go into this tweet really briefly. You know, the two of the developers said, we see that feedback and hear it very loudly. And we're really happy that people just, you know, want more of the stuff that we can provide. More maps is, of course, something that we will look more into, but also maps are one of the most time-intensive things that we build. We need some more time, he says. And I'm sorry, but that is absolute bollocks. You're telling me one development team from 10 years ago, which made BF3, BF4, BF1, some of the best Battlefield games we've ever seen, can be punctual with their content. 4 maps is what we were getting every 3 to 4 months, I think it was. And they can't do it, guys. It's too much work for them. And, you take a look at the development team and they're all a bunch of soft idiots. Medic, you need to move, man. Come on. Yeah, we have a big-ass tank. Yeah, okay, I was sniped. Yeah, we need some engineers on this map. This is one of those maps which you have to use an engineer class. Again, it's very similar to Liberation Peak in many sense. RPGs in this game are way too OP, I think. I'm very interested to hear from the lab testers and their experience with this whole map. What is feedback over there? Is it critical? Do they like negative feedback, or is it all just a safe space? That's what tends to happen in these environments, guys. Like, you get these safe spaces. None of them really like to do any, none of them want to hear any critical feedback. It's exactly what happened to Halo. It's exactly what happened to many games I've seen, actually. A bit of that trench warfare for you guys. Some of that BF1. There is a sniper up there that's pissing me the hell off. You hear that? Jesus. The other thing with this game is the dialogue, man. They just don't have that BF3 energy. It's not a fucking cinematic, mate. Yeah, like I've said many times before, guys, the game has massive potential. Massive potential, but if we're not getting those large maps, it's not going to hit its potential. Liberation Peak all over again. Yeah, I mean, if I was the CEO or the directing manager or whatever of this development team, I would immediately get every single studio to focus on developing maps for the game. That's all they need to do. They have 4 development teams which they need to get them to focus on developing maps. That's all you need. I think the campaign team has been collapsed. Obviously they don't need them anymore. Obviously with Vince Zampella's death, that kind of shook things up a bit, so probably partly part of the reason why they needed to stop and delay Season 2. I mean, I don't really understand what needed to be delayed in the first place. It's just literally this one map, which doesn't really seem... There are some intricate details to it. Mostly seems like a gross misuse of development time. I'm worried about those snipers, man. I was aiming forward to compensate for the lag. That's why I missed a bunch of shots there. Jeez, man. Fucking hell. Medic, you gotta move, man. Yeah, people don't understand how to play medic. They don't understand how to play any roles. I'm not going to critique the weapons too much. Again, I'm in no position to test anything at the moment because I'm having a bit of system issues. It is really difficult to see in this game as well. I know a lot of people complain about visibility. That's definitely prevalent on this map. Again, way too many highly detailed assets. You can't spot in this game. I don't understand how we lost that. Again, is this really enough content for 2 months? Hell no. I would have released a bunch of maps, at least 7 maps, to compensate for how crap the rest of the maps were in this game. And that would have been a great apology moment. The sound design in this game is really powerful. It's definitely not within the same design spirit as BF3, I'll tell you that much. They made their audio very easy on the ears, especially when you were using a sniper rifle. Remember, the difference is just night and day, guys. The reason they did that is because they knew people would spend tons of hours on these games. And so you want your weapons to sound easy on the ears. You don't want them to sound too much. I'm not trying to die. I actually like hearing things. What the f... Again, the way this map is tailored is you're constantly moving forward. There's no real need to kind of run anywhere else other than forward. Feels pretty good, not gonna lie. Yeah, don't do that, guys. If you see 2 guys coming in, just wait. I'm not much of a camper player though, to be honest. I'm a heavy rush type player. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. I got you, I got you. It's like they're lobbing C4s in there. Again, I do apologize, guys. The specs on my PC need improvement. Big time. I'm gonna try and head outside Yeah, so this is exactly what I was talking about. We've got these jet hangars. You obviously got this weird sort of concrete exterior outline for the jets as well. But there doesn't seem to be any airstrips. Absolutely crazy. A portion of the map does look devastated as well. That's a reoccurring theme in the whole game. Like every single map you find in this game is destroyed for some strange reason. It's like an earthquake just took place. I think it's annoying, man. Yeah, there's a lot they need to buff in this game. The motion sensor in this is absolutely terrible. You might as well not use it. Again, a visually impressive map. Is it great? Not so much. That was a sweet shot. Let me know if I'm doing alright in terms of sniping. I do actually enjoy sniping, believe it or not. Again, I just got directly hit with a mortar and it only took like 15% of my health away. That needs a serious buff. No! What the fuck? As soon as one guy shows up, 10 of them show up. Yeah, so does the map really make much sense? Not really. It's just a map. But it does fall into a lot of the same traps as the other maps. Just in terms of the flow, infantry lanes, vehicle lanes, the asset congestion. It's got the same architect for sure. That's a problem because we don't really enjoy that sort of style. Yeah, we don't really enjoy that sort of shit. I'm not really one of those crazy snipers. I like to be patient. Patience leads the way. Oh my god, you can go on top of this shit. How dumb is that? See, that would be the perfect time to use the deploy shield, wouldn't it? Can you give me a break? Fuck. Again, I've got perfect ping, but because of my system specs, these fools have it easy. I would have had like 50 kills by now. Jesus. In terms of the other YouTubers, man, it's just constant shilling. I mean, I know quite a few of them have come out and said, okay, we can't deny it anymore, the game needs help. Fucking lag, man. And you know I was behind that stone, but the bullet curved in midair and took me out. Yeah, quite a lot of them have come out and, you know, tried to be a little bit more diplomatic, reasonable with the state of the game. They're just doing that to save face. You know, for the past 3 or 4 months they've been shilling, and all of a sudden you've got, you know, just a few providing a fairly decent critique, and it's just to save face. Sometimes you just got to deal with the lag, you know. That's how it goes, mate. Yeah, so again, let me know how you guys feel about this update. Feel free to vent about the game as well. I'm not here to judge you or block your comments or whatnot. You're free to say what you want here. Again, this is more of just a casual sort of commentary, just my first playthrough on this map. Sorry I didn't get this out faster in a well sort of cohesive, well-structured video because I work a full-time job, guys. I don't sit there like a full-time YouTuber like all of these other fools. You know, they're all compromised. They need to do this for cash. Their income is relying on it. They're also compounded with sponsors, relationships with the developers. Those ain't people you can trust. They're not really willing to expose the real problems, otherwise you will actually get disbanded in some cases for talking about this stuff. Your viewership can take a massive hit, and that's just the way the system kind of blackmails you into being a good little dog. Again, this does seem like a really decent breakthrough map. I'm not sure why they didn't put Rush on this, whether or not they've locked Rush to 24 players only. That is a really dumb move in my opinion. I used to really love BF4, BF3, Rush, 64 players. That was one of my favorite things. But again, guys, I mean, it does really seem like we're getting just one map for the next 3 months. Yeah, we're absolutely getting flamed this game, guys. I know I've seen a lot of people complaining about the hit detection, hit registration, input lag, latency, etc. Everyone's running this game with different problems, it seems. This game is more sort of a condensed, fast-paced battlefield, so you need to have a beefy PC in order to play this game. It's very CPU heavy, so you will have issues with your CPU. Like 16 gig is just simply not enough. In order to run this game, I suggest, if anyone who is having technical difficulties, I suggest you probably go for something on the higher end. upwards of 32 gig, DDR4. Yeah, we've got some absolute pussies on our team. Like my KD's just getting jerked. In terms of defense, I mean, there's not really much we can do. We just have to get into these bunkers and hide. It's nice that they're reintroducing the military themes back into the game again. I did complain about that before. I said there was just a lack of military identity in this whole game. Like, we needed to get back to that. Yeah, we just needed to get back to that, because most of the maps were just based off real world locations or suburban towns. It needs that military identity. It's a battlefield game, you get what I mean? This is not working, guys. The unfortunate thing is most of these bunkers just seem like visual art. Like you can't go in every single structure on the map. But yeah, it's gonna do for this one, guys. So let me know what you guys think of this map so far. Do you think it's gonna save this game at all? It's clearly it's not. Don't gas yourself. No pun intended.